Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I was asleep, but I had the social media outlet on, and my ears picked up some guy stating that he wanted to come back to America. He's very upset at the way America is. He says that the people have to be careful because the liberals, the liberals are controlling the system, and they want to give you all of the ugliness that's happening in America, all of the ugliness that comes from people who are not like him or not like you. You know, he says he wants to control, and his plan is that places where people of color live in big cities and whatever like this, when uh, the crisis that arise from the failure of the system that you live under, whether it's liberal systems or his system, whether it fails the people and the people rise up, he wants to be able to send the military in and squash them. So he wants to take all of the control away from the liberals and put it in his hand so that he can punish people of color and all of those that you have been taught to hate, all of those that white people have been taught to resist. He can punish them. And this, when he makes the statement, he's expecting the people, white people or people who are racists and bigots and haters, to applaud him and to lift him up as being somebody. And this guy, one of the most evil people that have ever lived in this country or lived anywhere, wants to be president again when you got a 14th Amendment that says that once you've engaged in the kind of things that he and these senators and these representatives have engaged in as far as trying to uh, take over this government or prevent the normal flow of one system to another, one president for another, one party to another, insurrection. And these guys want to be back in office, and the American people, a great portion of them are saying, yes, bring them back. But think about that, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think about this for a second. America's been around for a while, and we've gone through some ugly times. We have gone through some ugly times. Times when people were slaves, when people's land was robbed, when people were beaten, killed. All these things have happened. But white people feel that it was so fantastic when they were running stuff and everybody else was either had their land taken or were slaves. And women had to shut up. I know there was a time that men used to think that women were devils because they were beautiful, because men couldn't resist them. They would make a plan and a woman could change their mind in a heartbeat. And so they don't really trust themselves with women. Not really. And so this is why they feel that every time a woman gets pregnant, she got to have a baby, because they feel powerful. That baby that they played a major role in, this woman got to bring into the world through all kinds of struggles, through all kinds of strife that most men would not go through. But anyway, these are the kinds of things that we have to deal with every day. But I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, while they are taking you back to the 50s and the 40s and the 30s, when this is what they talk about, when they have nothing to offer about the future except the past, I'm going to ask you something. You, the American people, you are not those people. So I ask you, what would be wrong with we American people agreeing that American, every American family, every American adult, whatever, have no problems with having housing? We're not talking about, we're talking about housing. Everybody needs housing. So who amongst the American people are against housing for everybody? Now, if that includes that you can have a housing, are you for that? I mean, I don't know if liberals are for you having houses or not. I don't know if conservatives are for you having houses or not. But I'm asking, are you for you having housing? Are you for having adequate food and clothing? I'm just asking you. We know how the Republicans feel. We know how the Democrats feel. But you, the American people, are you for education for yourselves, your children, and anybody who needs it. All of the education you need to make you or to assist you in being the best that you can be so that you can give to this country the best that you have to give. I mean, I know how that other people feel, but how did you, the American citizen, feel about that? Would you like that? Would you like to have health care from the womb to the tomb? And would you like to have the best health care, not this stuff that treat, but stuff that cures? Would you like to have that? I mean, I realize that we haven't had that before, but would you like to have it? Would you like to have access to transportation so that you can travel at ease whenever you want to go someplace? And you don't just have to go down the street, but you can go anywhere in the country or out of the country at the appropriate time. Would you like to have that? I know you never, most of us have never had access to these kinds of things, but would you like to have access to that? Does that interest you? Would you know that in order for all of these things that I just mentioned, for you to have it in such an abundance that everything that you have is wonderful? Your home, your education, your health care, your food, all of the things are satisfactory to you. And all you have to do is choose a career that gives you your greatest joy, that would allow you to participate in creating in an abundance, a manifestation of all these things that I just mentioned, so that there would be enough for every American to never have to be without any of it. Are you for that? Are you for being able to live a life like this, blessing one another like this, so that you can live in peace and be prosperous and have freedom in your life? Your dreams can come true. You got joy. Your needs, your wants, and your desires met. Would you like to live like that? This is something new. I'm offering you something new, different than what Trump is offering. I'm offering you something new, different than what the Republicans and the Democrats are offering. I'm asking you, would you like to live in a life like this where you don't have to lie, to cheat, to steal, to kill? You don't have to hate. You don't have to be a racist or a bigot. Would you like to live like that? Well, if you'd like to live like that, that means you'd have to change. You'd have to change the system that creates what we have today and create a new system that would create what we just got through talking about. And it is not me planning it. It's not the white man planning it or the black man. It's not the rich people planning it or the poor people planning it. It's we, the people, have made and are making the decision that this is what we want. And we will, if we can make artificial intelligence, if we can go to the moon, if we can go to the bottom of the ocean, if we can do all of these things, I mean what you call cloning, don't you think we should be able to come up with a plan that satisfies the needs, the wants, and the desires of all of the people? If you can do it for some of the people, don't you think you can do it for all of the people? So I'm saying if they want to take us back to slavery and all that pain, they might call it when America was great, but America was hell to the other people that made it great for them. So I'm talking about America that is great for everybody to feel. Now, the only thing that you would not feel great is if you want to hold somebody else in bondage, if you want to cause pain and suffering to others. It is not acceptable here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought I'd take a moment to offer you something different than what Trump is talking to you about, to offer you something different than what the Republicans are talking about or what the Democrats are talking about, to offer you what you dream about and hope about, and ask you, are you willing to do something about? Thank you for your time.